When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Paddock calls.
Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is this? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the newest state.
This is the worthy Thane of Ross. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and do choke their art. The merciless Macdonald, worthy to be rebel, fought Macbeth. But brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name, ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he enseamed thee from the knave's thy chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman, dismay not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare the lion. And I have this good news from Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky, and do fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now, Sweno, the Norway's king craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall dismay our bosom interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, avoint thee witch, the rump-fed Verunion cried. Her husband to Aleppo gone, master of the Tiger, but in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, I'll do, I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou'rt kind.
And I another.
I myself of all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know, in the shipman's cart. I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid, weary 7 nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle, peak and pine. Though his light cannot be lost, still he shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, racked as homeward he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, postures of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How forest is called the forest. What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, and not like the inhabitants of the earth. And yet you are on it. Live you, or are you lost? That man may question. You seem to understand me. Each one layeth a skinny finger upon her choppy lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter.
Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. I know by Sinel's death I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? And to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal hath melted, as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings,
You shall be king.
and Thane of Cawdor too. Went it not so?
To the selfsame tune of words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received Macbeth in the news of thy success, and when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his praises and his wonders do contend, which should be thine or his. Silence with that, in viewing o'er the rest of the selfsame day, he finds thee in the stout Norrean ranks, nothing afeared of what thyself didst make strange images of death. As thick as tale came post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of thy greater honor, he bade me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose, whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wrack, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That, trusted home, my yang kindled you into the crown. Besides the Thane of Cawdor, but to strange, and oftentimes to win us to our arms, the instruments of darkness and honest truths betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word I pray you.
This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath he given me the earnest of success, commencing in truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs, against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partners wrapped with all.
If chance will have me king, why chance will crown me without my stir?
New honors come upon him, like garments, cleave not into their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what, come may, time and the hour runs to the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor, my dull brain is wrought, with things forgot. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us to the king. Think upon what hath chanced, not more time the interim having waited. Let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough, come friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one who had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as to a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due, than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
If I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for yourself. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else or leap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. As I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king who all hailed me.
Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time, with hail, king that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldest be great, are not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Thou'st have great gloms, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, than wishest be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirit in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have crowned thee withal. What is your tidings?
So please you, the king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, would scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending, he brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, and stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great gloms, worthy Cador, greater than both by the all hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall the sun that morrow see your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time, be welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that is coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This gust of summer, the temple-haunting Marla does approve. By his love of Mansory, the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No druddy freeze buttress, nor coign of vantage. But this bird hath made a procreant bed and pendant cradle. Where he must breed and hunt, I have observed, the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we think is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God eld us for your pain, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service, in every point, twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend, against those honors, deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. And for those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We had coursed him at the heels, and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well, and his great love, sharp as a spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in compt, to make audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. He's here in double trust. First, as I'm his kinsman and his steward, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against the murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. How now, what news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Has it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? For such a time I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor, as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting, I dare not, wait upon, I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man, and to me much more than you were. You be so much more the man, nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both.
If we should fail,
We fail? But screw your curse to sticking place, and will not fail, while Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him. His 2 chamberlains will I with wine and razzle, so soundly convince, that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only, when, in swinish sleep, their drenched natures lies as in a death. What cannot you and I perform on the unguarded Duncan?
will it not be received, when we have marked with blood those sleeping two, of his own chamber, and used their very daggers, that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other? We shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I'm settled. Away, and mock the time with fair show. False face must hide, what the false heart doth know.
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I will not sleep. Merciful powers restrain me in my cursed thoughts, that nature gives way in repose. Give me my sword, who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. To dine, he greets your wife withal, in the name of the most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them.
Yet, when we can dream hour to serve, we would spend in some words upon this business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure. Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir, the like to you.
Is this the dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I have thee, yet in forms as palpable as that which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else, with all the rest, I see thee still, and on thy blade indulging gouts of blood, which were not so before. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. The very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it. Was I a threat? He lives. Words to the heat of deeds, cold breath he gives. I go, and it is done. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. Boy.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What has quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman, who gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge of snores.
Who's there? What ho?
Alack, I'm afraid. They've awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I had laid daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had I disowned my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I've done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owls shriek and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now?
As I descended?
I?
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Malcolm.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other, but they did not say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of a blessing, but amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth doth murder sleep.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things? Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleeping grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I've done.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. If you do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ha, they pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash the blood clean from my hands? The multitudinous season incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, yet I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy has left you unattended. Hark, we're knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion calls and shows us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know the deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Here's the knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Faith, here's a farmer who hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Faith, here's an equivocator who could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Never act quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no longer. I thought to have one some all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, ma'am, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, ma'am, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Mary, ma'am, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, ma'am, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and mars him, sets him on and takes him off, persuades him and disheartens him. In conclusion, equivocates him into sleep and, giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, ma'am, in the very threat upon me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometimes, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Our knock hands awakened him. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is thy king stirring with you, Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely upon him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard I the air, strange screams of death and prophesying, with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! Horror! Child, no heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion hath made this masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope. The Lord's anointed temple hath stolen thence.
What is it you say to life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy his sight. A new Gorgon, do not bid me speak. Speak, and then see yourself. Awake, awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason. Malcolm, Donalbain, rise, look at death itself to countenance his horror. Rise up from your graves like sprites. And look up and see the great doomsday's image. Up and see. Rise up from your graves like sprites. Again to countenance his horror.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls for lay the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak.
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you what I have to speak. A repetition in a woman's ear would make murder as it fell. Oh, Bagwell! Bagwell, master's murdered! Come on.
Alas, what? In our house?
Dear dove, I pray thee, contradict thyself. Say it is not so.
Stop.
Had it but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left the vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are and do not know it.
The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it stopped. Thy royal fathers, he's been murdered.
Oh,
Sorry. Give me again.
by whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found under their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh yeah, I do repent of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Holy heads.
Oh, look to the lady! Oh my!
Why do I hold my tongue? Thou most may claim this argument for hours. What should be said here? Were my fate, hidden in an outer hole, may rush and seize me? I must away. My tears are not yet brewed.
Look to the lady, and when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffered exposure, let us meet, and question this most bloody piece of work. Fears and scruples shake us, and in the hand of God I stand, against the undivulged pretense I fight, of treasonous malice!
Yeah, man, and so do I! Yeah!
Oh.
Come on, man, come on!
What will I do? I'll not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England. Where I am, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody. Then to horse, and let us not be dainty with our leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
How goes the world, sir, now?
Why see you not?
Is it known who's done this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth has slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, had stolen away and fled, and put upon them the suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thy own life's means, then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Comakill, the sacred storehouse predecessors, the garden of the bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, out to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Will may you see well things and good. Adieu, lest our old ropes sit easier than our new.
Thou hast it all now, King, Cador, Glamis, all as the word remain promised. And yet I fear thou hast played most foully for it. But it is said in posterity that I should be the root and father of many kings, if there come any truth from them. By thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. May they be as verities, and my oracles as well, that set me up in hope. But hush, no more.
Here's your chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all things unbecoming.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me to my duties a most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
Ride ye this afternoon.
Aye, my lord.
We would have else desired you good advice in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will take at the time. 'Twixt now and supper, go not to my horse. I must become a borrower of the night for the dark hour twain.
Fail not our feast.
I will not, my lord.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed, and England and Ireland not confessing to their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange inventions. But of that tomorrow. Hie to horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you.
I, my lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, as so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter. Welcome. We will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Go fetch them hither. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus, our fear is Banquo. Stick deep and in his royalty of nature, reigns that which would be feared. There is none but his being who I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked. As it is said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar. Who's there? Now go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then, have you not considered my speeches, knowing it was he in times past who held you to half a soul and a notion created, say, thus did Banquo?
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find that you can let this go, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Now if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health, but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo's your enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is mine in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrust against the nearest of my life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will vouch it, yet must not.
We shall, my lord.
Though our lives...
Your spirit shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. It must be done tonight, and with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, Fleance his son. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madame, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king, I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madame, I will.
Naught had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorrow's fancies, your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on. Things without a remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, while our poor mouse remains in danger of her former tooth.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleek all your rugged looks, and be bright and jovial among our guests tonight.
So shall I love, and so pray be you, and make our faces visage to our hearts, disguising what they are.
We must leave this.
So full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fleance lives.
But in a nature's copy is not to turn.
There is comfort yet, there is saleable. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, there should be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of naught, dear Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Thou marvelst at my words. But hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth.
He needs to arm his trust, since he delivers our offices and tells us what to do for the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day, and spurs the lated traveler apace to gain the timely end, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses.
Give us a light there, ho!
Then 'tis he. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he usually does. So all men do. From hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
A light, a light!
'Tis he.
It will rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Fly, good Flance, fly!
No!
Who did strike out the light?
Was it not the way?
There's but one down. The sun is fled.
We have lost best half of our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourselves will mingle society and play their humble host.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all my friends. For my heart speaks they are welcome.
Be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure. The table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. Idle's been perfect, but Banquo's safe.
Ah, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenched gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Here had we now the country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our banquo present.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say, did it? Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, his highness is not well.
Worthy friends, my lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you, keep calm. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger, which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandam. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there, behold, look low. Lo, how say you? Why, what care I if thou canst nod, speak too? If charnel house and our graves must send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the maws of kites.
What quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame, my worthy lord. Your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Give me some wine, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here.
To
Banquo.
Avaunt and quit my sight. Get thee gone, thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold.
Think of this good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, it only spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach thee like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros or the Hickory tiger. Take any shape but that, and firm my nerves shall never tremble. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why, so being gone, I'm a man again. Pray you, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
How can you behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear?
What sights, my lord?
I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Questions enrage him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which. You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. We are yet but young indeed.
Why, how now, Hecate? You look angrily.
Have I not reason? Beldams as you are, saucy and overbold, how did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part or show the glory of our art. By magic sleights shall raise such artificial sprites, and by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion.
He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes, above wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know, security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark, I'm called. My little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead, and the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed. For Fleance fled, men may not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought, how monstrous it was for Malcolm to kill his gracious father? Damned fact. How it did grieve Macbeth, did he not straight? In pious rage, the two delinquents tear, that were the slaves of drink and the thralls of sleep. Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. For 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, as, and it please heaven, he shall not, they should find what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace. For from broad words, and 'cause he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds his due of birth, lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that, by the help of these, with him above to ratify their work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we long for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt at war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute, "Sir, not I," the cloudy messenger turned me his back, as who should say, "You'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer."
And that well might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that some swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
The brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harper cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone, days and nights hath 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double,
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 toil
double,
and trouble,
double,
fire, burn,
double,
and cauldron,
double,
bubble.
double.
Flay of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and howlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble.
Double, 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 double,
Double,
double,
double,
double,
toil
double,
and trouble.
double,
Fire,
double,
burn,
double,
and cauldron,
double,
bubble.
double. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf, of the raven's salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartan's lips, finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's chaudron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, 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 double,
Double,
double,
double,
double,
toil
double,
and trouble.
double,
Fire,
double,
burn,
double,
and cauldron,
double,
bubble.
double.
Cool it with a baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
Oh, now you secret black and midnight hags, what is it you do?
A deed without a name.
Stop. I conjure you by that which you profess. Answer me what I ask you.
Speak,
Demand.
will answer. Say if thou hast rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call and let me see him.
Pour in sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaohs, grease and sweatin', from the murders give it throw, into the flame.
Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought, hear his speech, but say thou not.
Beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough.
Thanks for that, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, or where conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam Wood, to high Dunsinane Hill, shall come against him.
That will never be. Yet my heart throbs to know one more thing. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duty fit his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone? Let this pernicious hour stand I cursed in the calendar. Come in without there. Sorry, the weird sisters.
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it that came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Come, bring me to this gentleman.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madame.
He had none. His flight was madness. Where our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it is his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansions and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight, her young ones in her nest, against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom, where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of thy season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor to what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessings upon you.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I'm so much a fool should I stay longer. It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As the birds do, Mother.
What, with worms and flies?
I get with what I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou did never fear the net nor the lime, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mommy? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. And what will you do now for a father?
What will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
You'll bind us, sell him again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mommy?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Every one that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. Better are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Now God help thee, poor monkey, but what wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it should be a quick new sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
Bless you, fair dame, I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly, but if you'll take a homely person's advice, be not found here, hence your little ones. And to frighten you thus, methinks I am too savage, and to do you worse were fell cruelty. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither shall I fly? I have done no harm, but I remember now that I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, and to do good often accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up this womanly defense to say that I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou may find him.
He's a traitor. Thou liest, thou shame your...
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfall birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howls, new orphans cries, and strike heaven on the face, and as it resounds like hit of Scotland, and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no, believe. And what I can redress, as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoken, it may be so perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell, that all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny that thou basest sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, the titles of feared. Fare thee well, Lord. I will not be the villain that thou thinkest, the whole space in the tyrant's grasp, in the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It wails, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there be hands uplifted in my rights, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon this tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer, more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted that, when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor shall esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil as taught Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Boundless intemperance, and nature is a tyranny. The timely emptying of the happy throne, and follow many kings. But fear not, take upon you what is yours. Convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty. So cold the time that you may so hoodwink. All these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, lowliness, devotion, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of these, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting it many ways. Nay, had I power, I would pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust. Thy father was a most sainted king. Fare thee well. What? O Scotland, Scotland.
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, untitled tyrant, bloody scepter, when shall I see thy wholesome day again? The title is afeared. He did blaspheme, by his own interdiction, he did blaspheme his breed. Thy father was a most sainted king. These evils that repeatest upon thyself, O my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth by many of these hath sought to win me into his power, but modest wisdom plucks me from overcredulous haste. But God above deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself, for strangers to my nature. My first false speaking was that of myself. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seward and 10,000 warlike men, already at a point, was setting forth. Now, we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrels. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things is hard to reconcile.
Well, more anon. Comes the king forth, I pray you?
Aye, sir, there are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their malady convinces the great essay of art, but at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor.
What's she on?
'Tis called the evil, a most miraculous work in this good king, which often since my hero man in England I have seen him do, that speak him full of grace.
See who comes.
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
Ah, 'tis my ever gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God betimes remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seemed to smile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made, not marked, and where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is there scarce asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
Oh, relation too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker, each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well,
And all my children?
well, too.
Be not stingy with your speak. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily bore, there ran a rumor of most worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witness the rather. For then I saw the tyrant's power afoot. For now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distress.
Be it their comfort we are coming hither. Old Seward and 10,000 men was setting forth. An older and a better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause or fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered, and to relate to the manner we're on the quarry of these murdered deer, to add to the death of you.
Merciful heaven, what man? Ne'er pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
All my children?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
My wife killed too?
I have said.
He hath no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hellcat, all? All their pretty ones and their chicken in their one damn fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. I must feel it as a man.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
I could play the woman part with mine eyes and break with my tongue. If he escaped from my sword's length, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, we go to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that ne'er finds the day.
2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went to the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed, yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep, and do the effects of watching. In this slumbriagation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, ma'am, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Nor to you, nor to anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She is light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see her eyes are open?
Aye, but their sense are shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus, washing her hands. I have known her continuing it an hour or so. Yet here's a spot.
Do you mark that?
Out, damn spot. Out, I say. 1, 2, why then? 'Tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and afeard. What need we fear, who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet who'd have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Go to, you have known what you should not.
She has said what she should not, I am sure of that. The Thane of Fife, a wife, where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? Here's the smell of Arabia.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, ma'am.
This disease is beyond my practice, yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep and died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on his grave.
Even so?
To bed, to bed. Give me your hand. Come. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Inaffected minds to their deaf pills will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than a physician. I will set down what comes from her, and keep eyes upon her. And so good night. My mind she has mated, and amaze my sight. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor. The English power is near, led on by Malcolm. His uncle Seward and the good Macduff, revenge is burn in them. For their dear causes, would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way they are coming.
Do you know if Malcolm be there?
For certain. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, and many unrough youths that even now do protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that do lesser hate him do call it valiant fury, but for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murderers sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe on a dwarfish thief.
Who, then, shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and to start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Then march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine o' the sickly wheel, and with him pour on our country's purge each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs, to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds, make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all till Burnham's word and move to Dunsinane. I cannot taint with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Wherefore goddess thou that goose look?
There's 10,000
Geese, villain.
soldiers, sir.
What soldiers?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Satan! I'm sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord. Which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses, scur the country road. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Satan, send out. Doctor, the things fly from me. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. Come, sir, dispatch. What rhubarb sand or what purgative jug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Ah, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something. Were I from Dunsinane, away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane, till Burnham's force come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand, that Chambers will be safe.
We doubt nothing.
Well, what is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bow and bear it before him.
It shall be done.
Thereby shall we shadow the number of our hosts and make discovery ere in report of us.
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
Let her just...
'Tis his main hope, for where that there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event and put we on industrial soldiership.
The time approaches.
Yeah.
Now, well, with
What?
which we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
hang out our banners on the outward walls. What is that noise?
'Tis the cry of woman, my good lord.
I've almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear night shriek. I've supped full with horrors. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in his petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools, the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue. That story, quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report what I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I looked to Burnham, and methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave.
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3-mile radius you may see it coming. I say a moving grove.
I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend. That lies like truth.
Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane.
And now a wood do come to Dunsinane. Arm, arm, and out. Ring the alarm bell, blow wind, come wreck. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduffin, we shall take upon us what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Okay. Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those claimants harbingers of blood and death! Oh, great. I almost broke my ankle.
Oh my. They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What seed I was not born of woman? Such a one I'm to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any's in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, no more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant! With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at and weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a boy that's of a woman born.
That way the noise. Tyrant, show thy face. If he escape from my sword's length, my wife and my children's ghost will haunt me still.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost professes itself yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on my own sword?
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Serious? Of all men else I've avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is my sword. Thy bloody villain, the church to give thee out!
Thou losest labor. I bear a charmed life, which does not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, the angel whom you still dost serve. Prithee, Macduff, was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, and be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter us with a double sense, and keep the word of promise to our ear. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze all the time, and have thee a rare monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant. You all see that?
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would come to Dunsane, and thou oppose, being of no woman born. Yeah, I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield on. Lay on, Macduff, and be damned him that first cries. Hold, enough. Okay. Oof, that's rough. Oh, shoot.
Friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet, by these I see, so great day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived till but he was a man, the which had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man, he died.
Then he is dead?
Aye, and brought off the field. But your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Has he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why, then God's soldier he be. Had I as many sons as I had hairs, I would not wish them to a fair death, and so his knell is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well, and paid his score, and so God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou withstands the usurper's cursed head.
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all and thanks to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail,
King of Scotland.